The Shiver Peaks. This vast mountain range rises up over 10,000 feet above sea level and separates Ascalon from Brighton. The entire year the landscape is covered in ice and snow. My name is Note, and I study the diverse wildlife of Tyria. My journey has taken me and my team from Ascalon to Maguma, from the far Shiver Peaks to Orr. I've seen many impressive beasts out in the wild, majestic griffin, dangerous saurian, and much more. But of all those creatures, there is one that is fascinating me most, the mighty Norn. My goal is to peel back the layers of myth and misunderstanding on this complex creature, to better understand their nature, and to witness firsthand how they live in the harsh environment that is the Shiver Peaks. Today, we set foot onto the home of the Norn. Our goal is Holbrook, known as one of the biggest gathering points for Norn in the area. We are on the track of the King of the Cold. As we leave the small mountain path, we meet up with Max the Rapidstep, a Char who is herding cattle. Throughout the years, he has had many encounters with Norn hunting for his Dolyak. He told us there were two lairs nearby, two rivaling packs, the common Norn and the so-called Sons of Svanir. Rivalry is common between the Norn, but it usually doesn't come to end. This behavior is more often observed with male Norn than with female. In fact, the Sons of Svanir are exclusively male, which often leads to envy-paired battles between Svanir males and common Norn males. We only just set foot into the Shiver Peaks, and already we are in luck. A young Norn on the hunt for a Dolyak herd. This Norn's nest is Chance. He taunts the mother by chasing the newborn calves, with success. In order to protect its young, the Dolyak charges headfirst towards the Norn, but this is only playing into the Norn's hands. With an impressive roll backwards, he evades the Dolyak's attack. From this moment on, the Norn's got the advantage. To the Dolyak's misfortune, an iceworm who scents easy prey is joining the fight. The Dolyak is inevitably going down, but the Norn has to give up his kill. Over there are Norn fighting. It isn't untypical for the different packs to be fighting over hunting grounds, especially not for the blue variant, the so-called Son of Svanir, who is reacting hostile to outsiders. Svanir lairs distinguish from those of the general Norn in only a few points. Often the area is cluttered with corrupted ice shards and banners which mark their territory. Svanir are considered by many to be the most aggressive kind of Norn. Just like other Norn, they have a hierarchy in the pack. Most of the time the pack is led by an alpha, the so-called shaman. He is using the ice in the area to create elementals to fend off intruders. Then comes the Ice Brood, essentially Svanir who have been imbued with that very power. And last come the common Svanir. They are mostly tasked with hunting for the pack, setting up traps, maintaining their fences, and so on. Although Ice Brood are at the verge of being their own species, they still keep their unique lodge-style dance. The only way for Svanir to work up his rank is to earn the Feather of Dragon. This essentially means the shaman has to fuse them with corrupted ice to make them into Ice Brood. Ice Brood differ from general Norn much more than simple Sons of Svanir. Their skin dyes into a pale blue, and the dependency on the pack grows, whereas Svanir would still be able to live on their own if cast out by the pack, and Ice Brood probably wouldn't be able to do so. Okay, so only a few feet from here, our Svanir set up a trap by uprooting a tree and rolling it onto the street. This essentially is the Norn version of a roadblock. No potential prey needs to take a detour or go on uneven terrain. This puts the prey at a noticeably disadvantage. Unfortunately, this is preventing us from taking the road as well, so now we're planning to bypass the roadblock on the right side. Let's hope the Norn doesn't notice, otherwise we may need to make a haste retreat. Luckily the Norn didn't notice us and we could move on rather fast. However, after a short while I made a find that I was truly excited about. A Svanir Alpha about 70 feet away from us. Moving any closer would be very risky since Alpha Svanir are a lot stronger than regular ones. Without a good retreat plan, this would be a suicidal mission. Fortunately, we had taken preparations for this case. I tied a small Zuran device, TAMERA, to the talon of my partner. With its help we can move closer to the Alpha. A few hours later we managed to reach the first milestone of our journey, Crossroads Haven. Here we tried to settle down from the exciting but exhausting first day. The next morning we continued our journey. Locals told us there was a spawny den close to the road. It took us some while to get there, but it was worth the effort. We managed to get into an excellent position, but we were in a tense mood. Any noise we made could have alarmed the entire pack. At dawn we found a small river streaming through the snow. As many Norn like to wash themselves in the water, we were certain that we would find some there. And indeed, to our delight, not only did we find Norn inhabiting the shoreline, but they had young at that. These young Norn are playing a game that involves throwing balls made of snow at each other. This might at first glance seem cruel, but it is vital to teach the young the basics of hunting. The throwing of snow lets them train their accuracy and dodging capabilities. Essentially, this is the equivalent of a hurrah. Snow on the ground slowly became less and less. We knew we were getting closer to our destination, and that our journey was coming to an end. But I wasn't feeling sad, since I have made some unforgettable memories along the journey. It has taken us time to understand them, to know them, yet there's still so much that remains unknown about the Norn. It reminds you that any two Norn can be as different as any two people you might encounter.